We were young once, and then not so young, and then not so old. You remember, you'd host, I'd host. We'd sing, we'd dance. Swigs of magic potion, call it cocktails. Get into even higher spirits than what our friendship, our company would bring us. And then there's the morning after, which starts with a smile and all this positive feeling, but slowly the inevitable descent into reflection, regret, and a secret wish that some things went slightly different than it did. In my case, I just apologize. My famous line used to be, I can't help it, the dragon comes out. The happy dragon, of course, the clown. And later on, within the regular crowd, everybody had their templates that they would fit into. Socializing, it's become few and far between. Christmas times like these, you get together more often. But the mood is way more solemn. Sometimes it's hard to recognize yourself, reconcile the person and the body, the image. Here's this guy, the morning after he did that video on humility. After I made that video about humility, I was thinking to myself, did I explain what I meant, you know, in terms of the answer to the question? I don't think humility is about thinking yourself to be any less than you believe yourself to be. I think the idea is not to think of yourself as invincible. I think that's what it is. It's not about prostrating yourself to the extent that you're willing to get beaten up. Of course not. But it's easily misunderstood when your behavior is perceived at some level by, people who had questions about you, who might judge any action from you with a lack of humility. And that is exactly what it's not. You succumbing to the notion that you're somehow less. Of course not. Italo Calvino, Cuban-born Italian writer, he said, when he was talking about how all of us, at some level, believe that we are invincible. And so there are moments in life when we entertain this idea that you're feeling so strong, thinking yourself to be invincible. And he says to reflect on the point of conception. At the moment of fertilization between the sperm and the egg, and how an unimaginable synchrony of all the things that have to come together for this pregnancy to take place, and how a sneeze or the inhalation of a candle that has just been put out, the smoke from that could disturb this process, and before it came to completion. And so he says to reflect on how little it would have taken for you not to have been, which speaks to this concept of humility, which is that you can go about your life being as you are without this without, I don't know, yeah, could I say that? I don't know. Without this overconfidence, could I say it like that? But anyway.